You won't believe the things that I am going to share with you today. Hey, it's absolutely thrilling. 50,000 ways to hurt and 50,000 ways to be sad. You did it. You're really responsible. Madeline didn't expect Vanessa to show zero joy. Her expression was as heavy as if she were carrying a mountain. Sadness hung over her like a dark cloud. Madeline was stunned. After everyone left, she stood there deep in thought. When the light verdict and compensation arrived, Vanessa wasn't heartbroken at all. What she lost was not something that could be made up for, and when weighing the cost of reopening wounds against her fight for justice, was it really worth it? Poor devout soul regretting a lifetime because of the verdict, and Vanessa, who was awakened by her own starstruck. Right or wrong, Madeline recalled her days lurking beside her daughter's killer, enduring the agony. She never forgot her hate, but rather kept reopening the wound, like when she revisited her daughter's owl spots to find the client behind her father-in-law's murder. She was quite familiar with the young folks here. I brought some cake and a can of soda. I hardly drank, but when I found that downcast mother, it was like she saw her own daughter. As a mother, she gently and patiently comforted the woman, saying not to blame herself and definitely not to give up easily. Please help me. She brought the client back to the law firm, and coincidentally, the opposing lawyer saw them. Turns out their witness was a ghost in disguise. Subtitles. OJW was in a fit of rage, and she was also well aware that for these lawyers, the truth behind the case seemed to hold little significance. Interests always took precedence. There was once a client whose wife passed away from respiratory failure due to Legionnaire's disease. Her home's water tank contained Legionnaire's bacteria. She sued her building, but the client of the law firm was the foundation investing in it. The foundation pays the law firm $10 million a year. They really don't want to offend them. Thanks to OJW effort, the firm set up a firewall. They represented both sides, but in their hearts, they were only thinking about the scale of profit. The law firm's boss insisted the health department was responsible for the tank water and presented a report alleging the victim might have died from other toxins, which was backed by fraudulent credentials and documents created by the client. Luckily, he also had test documents proving the safety of the figures used and could guarantee the identity of the other party. However, this anxious artist piled the documents in the storage room. Finding them felt like a treasure hunt. She found large moldy water stains in the walls caused by cheap plumbing leaks. The evidence was irrefutable. The foundation agreed to pay the client $6 million, with each building tenant getting $300,000. Easy to say, but in reality, the firm's boss had people working overnight to help the foundation rebuild its subsidiary. This plan was devised to tackle issues concerning baby formula identity. By splitting the company to shift liability and then filing for bankruptcy, they forced the court to approve the settlement agreement. They have successfully aided the foundation in escaping liability. Speaking of the baby formula case, Madeline felt more pain the more she thought and forced herself home. Her heart felt like it was on a roller coaster, constantly losing balance. She didn't understand what was happening, and her husband felt helpless watching her. As Madeline's emotional support, he understood the struggle she faced all along and knew it all too well. The pressure she faced was building, and the next time she collapsed, it could very well be a heart attack. Besides, she was still carrying the weight of the drug case, navigating through secret clues with no idea in sight. She specifically checked OJW computer, thinking she'd find secrets, but all she discovered was an old recording. Luckily, her grandson unlocked the drug case files on the computer, but she didn't expect the key parts were missing. She saw that the signature on the document matched exactly with the firm owner's signature. To retrieve lost files, she must log into the boss email and use IT department's access. For Madeline, this wasn't difficult. She just had to play the role of an elderly person, pretending to spill her pills and asking IT colleagues to help her pick them up. This way, she would be able to leave fingerprints from the IT department server room. Flitting between legal work and espionage, she remained highly alert, though it certainly wasn't all smooth sailing. She had no way to use her own fingerprints, and the fingerprints she managed to obtain turned out to be ineffective time and time again. The bottlenecks in her work and relationship pained her husband deeply, and her daughter felt helpless too. She sacrificed her mental health in the wake of her daughter's tragedy until she was utterly drained. She urged Madeline to abandon the investigation. Today was a blatant warning, but Madeline wasn't about to quit. At night, Madeline reconciled with herself, avoiding conflicts and dead ends. However, just as she was about to resign, she unexpectedly encountered OJW at the elevator. "I just came to talk to you both. What a coincidence seeing you here." She was astonished to learn that the baby formula case involved OJW ex-husband, the son of the law firm's owner who handled the court pharmaceutical case. Enjoying my story? Don't forget to subscribe. More excitement awaits you.